A surge in violence, teenagers and knife crime in England and Wales. England and Wales are facing a troubling trend. Knife crime among teenagers is on the rise. This isn't just about statistics, it's about real lives being lost. It's about fear in communities. It's a problem that demands our attention. We often think of crime as something that happens in dark alleys, but for many young people, danger lurks much closer to home. School hallways, parks, even online spaces. These are the new battlegrounds. The issue is complex. There's no single cause. Poverty, gang culture, and social media all play a role. But one thing is clear, we need to act now. We need to protect our young people. This isn't just a problem for the police or the government. This is a problem for all of us. We need to come together as communities to find solutions. We need to listen to our young people and understand what's driving this violence.
The statistics paint a stark picture. In England and Wales, knife crime has been steadily increasing. The number of teenage victims is particularly alarming. Over 80% of teenage homicide victims in a recent year were killed with a knife. That's a staggering figure. It shows just how prevalent knives have become in youth violence. But it's not just about murders. Thousands of young people are injured in knife attacks every year. These attacks can have life-altering consequences, both physically and emotionally. The problem is particularly acute in certain areas. London, for instance, has seen a disproportionate number of knife crimes. But the issue extends far beyond the capital. It affects communities across England and Wales.
Behind the statistics are real stories of loss and grief. Each number represents a life cut short, a family devastated. Take the tragic case of Eliane Andam, a 15-year-old girl who was fatally stabbed in Croydon. Eliane was a bright and talented student with her whole life ahead of her. Her senseless death sent shockwaves through the community. Eliane's story is not unique. Every week, newspapers report on similar tragedies. Young people caught in a cycle of violence, their lives extinguished too soon. These incidents highlight the devastating impact of knife crime. It's not just about numbers on a page. It's about the loss of potential, the shattering of families, and the erosion of trust in communities. We can't afford to become numb to these stories. We need to remember that behind every statistic is a human life, a life that mattered.
Section 4. The government responds. A patchwork of policies. The UK government has faced growing pressure to address the issue of knife crime. In response, they have implemented a range of policies and initiatives. These include tougher sentences for carrying knives, increased stop and search powers for police, and funding for youth outreach programs. The government has also banned the sale of certain types of knives, such as zombie knives.
However, these measures have been met with mixed reactions. Some argue that they are not enough to tackle the root causes of knife crime. Others criticize the increased use of stop and search, arguing that it disproportionately targets minority youth. There is also concern that cuts to youth services and social programs have exacerbated the problem. Without adequate support, vulnerable young people are more likely to be drawn into violence.
Section 5. Idris Elba's plea: can rounding knife tips save lives? Actor and activist. Idris Elba has emerged as a vocal advocate for tackling knife crime. Elba, who grew up in London, has spoken candidly about the impact of violence on his own life. In a recent documentary, Elba explored the issue of knife crime in depth. He met with victims, families, and experts to understand the complex factors driving the violence. One of Elba's more controversial proposals was to round the tips of kitchen knives. He argued that this simple measure could help reduce the severity of stabbings. While some have dismissed the idea as impractical, Elba's suggestion has sparked a debate about the role of design in preventing violence. It has also highlighted the urgent need for innovative solutions. Section 6. Eliane's legacy: a family's fight for justice. In the wake of their daughter's death, Eliane Andam's family have shown incredible strength and resilience. They have channeled their grief into a powerful campaign against knife crime. Eliane's parents have spoken out about the need for greater awareness of the issue. They have called for more support for young people and tougher penalties for those who carry knives. Their campaign has resonated with many people across the country.
Eliane's story has become a symbol of the devastating consequences of knife crime and the urgent need for change. The Andam family's courage and determination serve as an inspiration to us all. They remind us that even in the face of tragedy, there is always hope. Hope that we can create a safer world for our children.
Section 7. A call to action. Protecting our children. Building safer communities. The rise of knife crime among teenagers is a complex and multifaceted issue. There are no easy answers or quick fixes. But one thing is clear, we cannot afford to be complacent. We need a multi-pronged approach that addresses the root causes of violence, such as poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunity.
We need to invest in our young people, providing them with the support and guidance they need to make positive choices. We need to work together, parents, educators, community leaders, and policymakers, to create a culture where violence is not tolerated. We need to teach our children conflict resolution skills and provide them with safe spaces to express themselves. Most importantly, we need to listen to our young people. They are the ones living with the reality of knife crime every day. They have valuable insights and perspectives that can help us find solutions.
The fight against knife crime is a fight for the future of our communities. It is a fight that we can and must win. Let us honor the memory of Eliane Andam and all those who have lost their lives to this senseless violence by working together to create a safer world for all.